What is up, people? Super Benny here. Welcome back to another video, and just big shout out to everyone who's been watching the videos lately. Loving it, loving it. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about some of the greatest games of all time. This is just my list, so just let me know like what kind of your favorite games are. What would you put in your list? Everything is kind of like subjective, and I only put this kind of in there just because I think it would sort of interchange and chop all the time, and just games I'm just kind of thinking about. Oh yeah, I should put that in there, and that in there. So it's not a definitive list. I just think it's just kind of something fun maybe we can do. I've got an absolute ton of games in here. It was originally going to be a top 10, then it was, can't fit them into a top 10, top 20, top 50, top 100. So if you really like this video, in the future I will do another video and rank them all sort of down, take it really seriously and put it in. But this is some of the greatest games of all time, in my personal opinion. Some of my absolute favourites, just some I just love to play, and that I have fond memories of. So I won't go into the top 20 just yet. There's about sort of 50-ish here that kind of didn't go quite into the top 20. But as I said, it's really hard to just fit them all in. So let's just go through some of the games that I love. Maybe you will love too. Road Rash, love the soundtrack to that game. Res, we got Marvel. What have we got? Oh, I've already got all of these. Let's go into the list. What have we got here? Turtles in Time, what a classic. Police Chase HQ, back in the day, love that. Capcom versus SNK, can't argue with that, can you? Revenge of Shinobi, love Revenge of Shinobi. We've got International Superstar Soccer. Yeah, that was class back in the day. I used to love the PES games as well. The first few PES games, really good. NBA Jam, Mercs. I like the Walking Dead Telltale series. I really like the choices you can make in that. Golden Axe, love Golden Axe. Kicking those little elves, getting the magic potions. Oh, great stuff. Virtua Tennis, NBA 2K, like the first ones, the Sega ones. Techromancer, nice little fighting game, not many people talk about. Daytona, it's good for you. Daytona, love that. Mario World, Sunset Riders, classic. Mario 1, Mario 3, Super Mario Land. How many Marios do you want me to tell you about? I love Mario. What else have we got? GTA San Andreas and Vice City were absolutely classics. What else have we got in here? Katamari Damacy. We've got Mr. Doe as well. Not many people know about that, but it's good fun to play. OG Tetris. Everyone loves OG Tetris. So yeah, let's get into the list. We'll start going down. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Love it. Number 20. 19. King of Fighters. 98. 18. Guru. Mark of the Wolves. A lot of fighting games. I love fighting games. That is probably one of my favourite King of Fighters games. 17. Bubble Bubble. Love Bubble Bubble. Love those levels. That was like Commodore 64 days. Showing my age now. Road Rash. I mentioned that before. I absolutely loved the soundtrack to Road Rash and playing some of those games. I used to think that was so badass back in the day, punching people on a motorcycle. Katamari Damacy, yeah, great game. Good fun, just so random. I just like random fun. Resident Evil 4, banger of a game, absolute banger. 13, we've got Outrun, Magical Sound Shower. Love that song. Love the game. One of Yu Suzuki's absolute classic games. Sonic 1, I've got number 12. I could play that all day. Love the hits on that. I do actually like a lot of the memes and stuff when people are like with the different zones, people go into the different zones and oh yeah, old school bangers. 11, I've got Half-Life 2. I spent so many hours on Half-Life. It was a shame that I didn't get into the top 10 though. As I say, I can interchange these games in and out all the time. But it's just a fun sort of idea and sort of list we can make. So we're into the top 10. What are the top 10 for me? Maybe not for you. Let me know your top 10 in the list, in the comments. I've got Bomberman. I could play that. Stick on a desert island, play that all day. Bomberman. Number 9, I've got Street Fighter 3, Third Strike. Love that. Love the soundtrack. I love the game. I love the parrying. Oh, it's just really in-depth game. I could play that for hours. Number 8, I've got Journey. Really sort of an emotional, relaxing kind of game. Really chilled out. Love Journey. Number 7, I've got Shenmue. Not just Shenmue, but Shenmue 1 and 2, just as a kind of in there at number 7. Absolute classic role-playing game, set in Japan in sort of the 80s there. Really sort of, groundbreaking game back in the day. Really love Shenmue. Number 6, Super Monkey Ball. Super Monkey Ball. Why number 6? I just find it really relaxing and really cool. Some of the levels and just the silliness of just a monkey in a ball. Number 5, absolute banger, F-Zero. Now I just love the music when it hits. Like, absolutely classic story, classic SNES game. And as you'll notice in a lot of these top 10, there's not a lot of modern games. Really, I find it hard that even to break in the top 50, a lot of the new games to break in the maybe Red Dead and The Last of Us, some of the more modern great games. Number 4, I interchanged this one, so it's gone down to Streets of Rage 2. I don't know if this should have been number 2 or not. What can you say about Streets of Rage 2? Absolute classic music from Yuzo Koshiro. Really great game, beat 'em up going through. If you haven't played this game, where have you been? It's an absolute banger. I love the game. You can play that on the old Mega Drive there. And I absolutely love the Mega Drive. Number 3 kind of stayed there in this list, and it's an absolute classic. Resident Evil 2. Survival horror classic for me, kicked it all off there with the Resident Evil franchise. Absolutely love playing through the original Resident Evil 2, and for me is an absolute all-time classic. So at number 2, I put Mario Kart for the SNES. Yeah, I love the SNES version of Mario Kart. I think that's really high up there. I can just play that forever and forever. Love the old game there. Going around those tracks, absolutely classic. I recently played that in an airport on a little emulator arcade in Spain. So yeah, we love Mario Kart in this house. And my number 1 is, what do you think it's going to be? Number one, greatest of all time. Actually, you'd be surprised. Space Harrier. Now, as a kid growing up, Commodore 64 and on the Mega Drive, and seeing it in the arcade down here in the UK, the huge machine and the little controller. What a classic arcade game, and I can play that forever. I even get into the really later levels and like avoiding all the mushrooms and the robots, and the soundtrack, everything about it. I just love that, and I love being able to play it on the Yakuza games and Shenmue as well, so I can still play it on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 these days. Yeah, Space Harrier is probably, yeah, one of my favourites all time. So yeah, let me know what your sort of top games are. That's my list. Let me know what yours is. As always, like and subscribe the video, and we'll see you soon, everyone. Thank you. Super Benny.